being able to take a program like this and actually turn it into real results in 6 months' time is not too shabby. As a matter of fact, coincidentally, I got an email, probably one of your auto emails, about today being a 6-month anniversary since I joined the blank check oil program.
Wow, what a coincidence.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a coincidence, but it's a good time to sort of just reflect back.
Yeah,
and so I'm glad you reached out. And I used to do this in my career as well, right? You don't want to just keep working. You want to pause, take a step back, and sort of evaluate how it's been in whatever increments, right? And so it's always good to do that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's been going great. As you probably know, I'm already in 3 programs. Right? The oil program, the credit mastery, Simon.
6-month anniversary today. Yay. That's super exciting. How are you feeling so far?
I'm feeling pretty good. Like I was saying, actually, I looked at my tracking sheet before I joined this call, just so I can have some tangible results. Just to look at. You always have to look at the right. What was it? It's been great, but why? Right. Well, we all got into this to learn how to do it on our own. So the measure of that, the metric is how do we do? So I think I'm at about for the this year. So we're 4 months in. I'm at about 43,000. Made about 43,000. So it's decent. Definitely respectable. But to me, that's just sort of the start. I've planned to sort of really, like I said, take it to the next level. And I live here in the San Francisco Bay Area, so it's sort of expensive. And so 43K ain't gonna cut it. Although, it's been good, right? I can see it, learning. I've made some mistakes along the way, I'm sure, like everybody. And hopefully it just, grows from here.
Awesome. So average return on investment, where do you think you're at right now?
You mean percentage-wise?
Yeah, percentage-wise.
Yeah, it's hard for me to do percentage because, like with the oil program, as you probably know, you can't really calculate percentage unless either you have your one account in oil and you just measure how big the account has been, which I don't have because I have everything in one, or you have to write down the initial margin, but then the margin changes and fluctuates, right? So I try to write down the initial margin, but sometimes I forget, whatever. But I can tell you I'm definitely positive on it. If I had to guesstimate between the two, which, credit spreads and oil, between my losses, I don't know, maybe 7%.
7% a month or total?
Up year to date, 7%.
Okay, and that's total account value?
That is no, that is average return on investment.
Okay.
Every month. But if I act right, but it's been about 7 a month, pretty steady. So that's why I'm also calling it 7 year to date.
Okay, 7% per month year to date. Okay. How do you feel about your trading now versus how you felt about it in the beginning when you started with us?
Oh, definitely night and day. I mean, I did options trading, I don't know, 20 years ago when I worked in the financial services industry, right? I was actually getting my broker's license and all that. And then I switched industries to high tech and then never looked back. So when I started, very green. I couldn't, I didn't remember very much. And it was like I was a brand new student. To now, it's like night and day. I'm no expert by any means. And I'm still sort of after that consistency, right? That's my next goal. My first metric was, hey, can I do it? Right. And I think knock on wood, I've proven to myself that that first metric is I can do it. Now, how consistently can I do it? Right? So can I get that up to 10%? And then after 10%, can I, repeat it every month?
Yeah. And then how confident are you that you'll be able to achieve that in the future?
I feel pretty good. I feel that, the sort of the hands-on trading, or, Alan's provided all the videos, etc. I think I'm feeling pretty good. Knock on wood.
You're knock on wood for you, Jim.
Yeah, thank you. You never know.
Awesome. And then how do you feel about yourself now that you've kind of had some success?
How do I feel myself about what?
How do you feel about yourself now that you've had some success?
I feel pretty good. Being able to, take a program like this and actually turn it into real results in 6 months' time is not too shabby, right? I mean, there's a lot of, things on the internet or whatever out there that claim to help you, build a business, start a business, buy a franchise, learn stock, a whole bunch of people that will touch it, that helps you trade everything. And, out there, I don't know if they may work or may not. This certainly has, so I was a little skeptical going into this because there's all sorts of other stuff out there. And I was I didn't want to place my bet after my business was hurting. Yeah. My startup was hurting on something that wouldn't work. So that's why I was more skeptical than anything. And, you heard some of that on our first call. Mm-hmm. And now, I think it's completely changed to the point where, again, knock on wood, if I put some more money into my trading account, I can probably just live off of, it'd just be a trader full time, right? When I say full time, it's not, and you know this, right? You're not really doing it full time. It's like an hour a day max, right?
Yeah.
And just do that because I'm at a point in my life and career where, I don't have any kids. I have other investment holdings like real estate and stuff. And so I might be able to retire early and or at least retire from a career, right? Get rid of my startup, whatever, close it down if I need to, and just end my high tech career and then just do this. And because I'm thinking if I get 10%, if I can make that 10% goal, and this is why I'm my next goal is the consistency goal, which is can I consistently do what I've done and what you say can be done. And I've talked with Alan. Alan says it's doable. Definitely. Maybe it's not 10% every single month. But, you still get, if you look at it in the long run, it's still worth it. And I think, if I put a few more $100,000 into this or let it grow even more, compound it, then gosh, I mean, I'm thinking shit, if I put in if I have $1 million to invest, 10% is like $100,000 a month, which is pretty decent, right? So, and you're not working so much at it, right? So, it's not like a full-time job or like a business that you own where you're, always workhorse. But the programs are really good because you have to have that baseline knowledge before you join those calls and know what's going on. Like the first few calls, I didn't know what the hell was going on and hadn't, watched the videos. And so you want everybody to have a baseline education level so that when they join the calls every week, they follow and understand. And right. So I saw myself, I guess in the last 6 months, my first call was, man, I didn't know what the hell was going on. They were using terminology. Everybody else was talking. I stayed silent. I didn't know what the hell was going on. To now where I'm probably one of the more vocal folks, right, on the calls, because through the period of learning, through the videos and all that, I got to that baseline knowledge. And then as we applied that knowledge in the course, and we're watching Alan do the trades, and he's teaching, and we're talking through everybody's strategies and what has happened. You learn, you build on that base knowledge, and that's when you understand more of learn the practical stuff, not the textbook stuff anymore. Now it's the practical knowledge. Now it's the actually placing the trade and, things like that, right? It's more now the day to day, and I felt good